Hello, good morning, everybody. For those of you that watched my video yesterday, trying to do some new things with my routine. I'm gonna be honest, the added mileage, at least for today anyway, the way that I felt, even after a rest day, is a lot. Trying to get up at 4 a.m., do all the things that are important to me, like center my day around Christ. I'm not trying to sacrifice that, but then run 5 miles and work out too. This week in particular, it's been a lot. With my regular, work duties, family, trying to check all the boxes and give everybody the appropriate time. It's real difficult. So I woke up this morning and I didn't want to come out here. Like, I was all set to stay in bed, even though I wasn't even sleeping anymore. I rolled over and just turned off my alarm, and before it even went off, I just wanted to lay in bed, and I got tired of laying in bed, so I got up, and it was still before 5 because I'd reset my alarm for 5 a.m. And I fought with myself, and then I finally put my workout clothes on and got out here. But that got me in the gym, but I'm not any more motivated to do anything than I was. I'm still on the fence whether or not I'm even going to run. I got to kind of maybe reevaluate what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I have a half marathon in November that I'm training for. That's still a long ways off, and I'm fighting in my head, like, I don't have to do all of this stuff. I love resistance training. I've always loved resistance training. I'll always love resistance training. I want to continue to do that. I also like running, but 35 miles a week, 36 miles a week, whatever it was going to end up being, is a lot, and I haven't done this my whole life. I'm relatively new to running, and I also, like, full disclosure, real talk, I can suffer from depression from time to time, and I don't know if that's what's happening right now. If I'm just having a dip in my my emotional state. It's hard to say, especially just off of one day. But generally, I'm pretty motivated. I also have to remember it's okay to not be okay sometimes. So I'm going to try to get through a workout. Maybe I'll run, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just run around the block. I have to remember that sometimes something small is better than nothing at all. So we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'll figure out what I'm going to do today. And I don't know, I'll probably give you guys a video later, maybe after the workout, if I do one, just to kind of let you know where I'm at. But yeah, this is what it's like to be me. This is what it's like to be a real person, to struggle with motivation, struggle with wanting to work out and do these things. I know all the motivational sayings. You got to show up for yourself, and you just got to get up and get out there and do it. But some days it's not that way. Some days you don't feel like doing anything. Some days you're on the struggle bus. And I think that's where I'm at, and I don't know exactly why. Maybe there is no real reason why. Maybe it's just my mental health. Depression and anxiety are a real part of my life. I do take medication for it, a little bit. I don't take a major dose, but it's enough to kind of help round the corners off and allow me to use my coping skills to get through the anxiety. The depression doesn't affect me a lot, although this winter affected me more, and over the past month I've had more times where I felt like I was depressed. But in these moments I have to realize and remember that my identity isn't rooted in any of this stuff. It's not rooted in my exercise. It's not rooted in my depression or anxiety. It's not none of those things. It's not rooted in any of those things. It is rooted in who I am in Christ. It's who God says I am. And God says I'm one of his kids. He says that I'm redeemed. He saved me from my active addiction. You know, I only have 8 years clean because of him. And because of what God has done in my life. And I have to remember to root myself in that. Focus on who he is and his promises. You know, one of my go-to scriptures are Psalm 55:22. It says, "Cast thy burdens upon the Lord. He shall sustain thee. He will never suffer the righteous to be moved." And I have to remember that that's the promise that I cling to on days like this. That all of this other stuff in my life, you know, this equipment and all of these other things it's all temporary. It doesn't in the long run, it doesn't matter. In the long run, it's glory in heaven, and being beside the Father. So even in a world where things seem so out of whack and out of balance and difficult to maneuver, and the enemy is there at every turn, I have to remember who God is and what he's done for me, and that even if my entire life ends up being, you know, pain and suffering, it's still only temporary. My eternity is in heaven with God. And sometimes that can be tough when you're in the middle of it. You know, when you're in the middle of the things that you're dealing with, when you're in the middle of the struggle. And I have to remember that stuff this morning. Not wanting to work out, I mean, that's a big deal to me because I'm usually pretty motivated. So that lets me know that, you know, something else is going on maybe. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, none of this stuff matters. It's just who I am in God. So anyway, that's not necessarily how I thought this video was going to go. And that's okay, because this channel is, and what I say is supposed to be like what's real to me. And I want it to resonate with other people out there. I want them to see the realism of, you know, I'm not going to show up and just video my best and perfect effort every single time. I'm going to get up and I'm going to share my real struggles. I'm going to share it's like, I don't feel like doing this stuff today. So I kind of feel like hiding in my bed with the covers over my head, or just hiding in my office and drinking coffee and scrolling on Facebook. You know, there are some days that's my reality. I don't want to do these things. So I'm grateful that I have this outlet. I'm grateful that I have my recovery. I'm grateful that that I can be honest, you know, and hopefully there are people out there that are seeing this, and you know, it's resonating with them too, that they are, you know, maybe struggle with the same things. So let's build a community, okay? Let's let people know, or let us all know that, you know, hey, I'm feeling the same way, or I felt that way, or, you know, anyway, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, and the air conditioner just kicked on. So I love you guys. You know, my tagline is usually get out there and do something. Still get out there and do something. Maybe it's just something about your mental health today. All right.